The outer region of the Empire was usually calm and quiet. Patrol ships moved through the darkness of space in slow and steady patterns. Most days were the same. Most days were boring. But on this day, everything changed. Captain Loran stood at the command center of his patrol cruiser, watching the long-range display with tired eyes. He expected nothing more than drifting rocks or small signals from passing traders. Instead, he saw something strange. A tiny point of light was growing brighter and larger in the center of the screen. He leaned forward and frowned. The signal did not match any known ship. It did not match any Empire design. It emitted a strange energy, one that none of the computers could fully read. His crew looked at each other with worry as the point of light grew clearer and clearer. "Identify it," Loran said. His voice was calm, but his hands felt stiff. The computers scanned the object. The signal came back after a few seconds. "Unknown origin, unknown engine type, unknown hull composition," the officer said quietly. A cold feeling passed through the room. The unknown meant danger. The unknown meant trouble. And then the screen focused. The image sharpened. It was a ship, a huge ship, a battleship. Loran did not speak for several seconds. He had seen Empire battleships all his life. He had studied foreign fleets. Nothing looked like this. The ship on the screen was shaped with sharp, straight lines. A tall central command tower rose from its center. Strong armored plates covered its surface like layers of steel. The engines glowed with a bright blue light. The officer beside him swallowed hard. "Captain, the computer found something else. It detected human life signs on board." The room fell silent. Humans. Weak, primitive, isolated humans. A species the Empire ignored because they posed no threat. A species said to be stuck near their home planet with no true space power. None of that matched what was on the screen. That cannot be right," Loran whispered, but the data stayed the same. Human signatures, human designs, human crew. The officer whispered, "Captain, that is a human battleship." Loran felt his breath tighten. The object was still growing on the screen. It was coming closer. Soon it would be in visual range. Meanwhile, aboard the human battleship Horizon, Captain Cole stood inside the bright command deck. Unlike the Empire ship, his crew was calm. The Horizon was on a deep space mission, studying energy anomalies far outside known territory. Never imagined they would run into the Empire. Turner, the main navigation officer, turned her chair toward him. She had short, dark hair and a sharp, focused look in her eyes. "Captain, we are entering a region with active ship signatures. Multiple vessels ahead. They may be Empire ships." Nodded. "We expected to pass through empty space. Looks like the galaxy had other plans." The ship's engineer checked a panel full of blue lights. "Their engines are old, very old. They do not match anything near our level. If they scan us, they might panic." Gave a small sigh. "And humans showing up in their territory may not look friendly from their point of view." Walked to the front display. The Empire ships appeared almost instantly. They were not large, they were not impressive, but they were armed. "Open a peaceful channel," said. Nodded. "Channel open." Spoke clearly and slowly. "This is Captain Cole of the human ship Horizon. We are on a peaceful research mission. We do not wish to enter your territory without permission. We only want to pass through safely." On the Empire ship, Loran watched the human captain speak. The voice was calm. The words were peaceful, but the image behind him showed advanced systems, clean metal walls, bright screens, and control panels far more advanced than anything in the Empire. Loran's crew whispered among themselves. "How do humans have this kind of ship? Is this a trick? Is Earth planning an attack?" Loran felt pressure growing inside him. Fear spread across the room like rising smoke. Humans were not supposed to have anything like this. Humans were not supposed to travel this far. He took a slow breath and answered. Human vessel Horizon, you are in Empire space. State your purpose again. State why you have a battleship. Heard the voice. It sounded tense and confused. We are on a research mission, not a military mission. Our ship is equipped for safety, but we do not plan to fight anyone. Whispered Captain, they do not believe us. Replied softly, yes, I can hear it. On the Empire ship, Loran felt a painful question forming in his mind. If humans had one battleship like this, did they have more? Hundreds more? What if this ship was only the first of a massive fleet? His hands shook slightly. Human vessel, stand by, the Empire will respond soon. He ended the call. He turned to his officers. Send a full report to High Command. Tell them a human warship has entered our territory. Tell them it is many times stronger than our battleships. Tell them we need reinforcements. The officer stared at him in fright. Captain, do you think they plan to attack the Empire? Loran closed his eyes for a moment. I do not know, but if this one ship can reach us, they may have fleets waiting behind it. High above the Empire capital, alarms rang. Communication screens lit up across military stations. Commanders struggled to understand the report. A human battleship, in Empire space. It sounded impossible. It sounded unbelievable, but the scans did not lie. Admiral, one of the Empire's strongest leaders, slammed his hand on the table. Humans are primitive. Their ships burn fuel like children playing with toys. They cannot build a battleship like the one in these images. Another officer replied, but the scans confirm it. The ship is huge. It uses unknown engine power. It carries energy fields we cannot identify. Paced in anger and fear. If this is true, then we must respond with force. If humans have reached our border with a warship, they may soon reach our core worlds. We will send a fleet. We will surround it. We will take control before it becomes a threat. Fear spread beyond the command center. Whispered messages moved through cities. Messages moved through military bases. Messages moved through ships across the Empire. A human battleship has arrived. Humans are more advanced than we thought. What if this is the beginning of a human invasion? The people did not know the truth. The commanders did not know the truth. But fear rarely waits for truth. Fear grows on its own. Back aboard the Horizon, Cole watched the Empire ships move into new positions. They formed a circle around his ship. It was a loose circle, but it was clear they were preparing for something. Whispered, this is not looking peaceful anymore. Check the engines. Their power levels are rising. They are charging weapons. His calm expression did not change, but inside he felt a deep sadness. Humanity had come far. They had worked hard to grow strong, but their strength often frightened others. We will not fire unless they fire first, he said softly. Nodded, understood. The Horizon floated silently in the middle of the circle. The Empire ships moved closer. Engines glowed. Weapons locked on. Loran watched the scene with shaking hands. We must not attack first. If this ship is strong enough to travel across unknown space, we cannot beat it. But High Command wanted power. High Command wanted control. And High Command wanted to respond before fear grew into disaster. Across the Empire, under the bright lights of the main war chamber, Admiral gave the order. All ships move in. All ships prepare for battle. The human ship must be seized before it becomes a threat. The message was sent. It reached the patrol fleet. It reached Captain Loran. His heart sank. Looked at her screen. Captain, the Empire ships are changing formation. They are moving in for an attack. Exhaled slowly. So this is how it begins. A simple meeting turns into a galactic incident. This is not what we wanted. Check the engine once more. If they fire, our shields will hold. We can protect ourselves. Nodded, let us hope we do not need to. Far away, the Empire fleet moved into perfect attack position. Fear filled the air. Every second felt like a countdown. Every moment felt like the edge of a disaster. The human ship waited. The Empire ships waited. And the galaxy prepared to witness something it had never imagined before. A human battleship standing alone in the heart of Empire space. The news of the human battleship reached the Empire capital faster than anyone expected. Messages spread from fleet to fleet. Officers whispered in the halls. Workers repeated rumors in the streets. By the time the sun rose on the capital world, almost everyone had heard the same frightening sentence. A human battleship is in our space. The idea sounded impossible. Humans were known across the galaxy as a weak race that stayed close to their home planet. They did not join wars. They did not build big fleets. They did not try to rule other worlds. The Empire believed humans were simple, quiet, and harmless. But the image of the human ship Horizon changed everything. The shining blue engines, the sharp steel armor, the powerful energy fields, and the calm voice of the human captain had shaken the entire Empire. Inside the Empire war room, Admiral stood over a giant glowing map. Dozens of officers stood around the table. Their faces were pale. Their hands were shaking. Spoke loudly, trying to keep control. The human ship is advanced, very advanced, but we cannot show fear. If humans have grown stronger, then we must stay strong as well. We will send a second fleet to back up the patrol ships. They will surround the human vessel. A younger officer raised his hand. Admiral, what if the human ship is peaceful? The human captain sounded calm. Looked at him with cold eyes. No powerful enemy enters our space by accident. If humans have created one battleship, they may have more. We must act first before they act against us. No one argued. No one dared. Back aboard the Horizon, Captain Cole watched the Empire ships grow in number. More signals appeared on the scanner. More engines lit up around them. The circle was getting. Turner turned in her seat. Captain, 9 more ships just arrived. They are lining up behind the first group. It is a full battle formation. Check the energy readings. Their weapons are charging again, levels rising slowly but clearly. Stayed calm. His voice was soft but steady. Keep shields at minimum. We do not want them to think we are preparing for a fight, and keep communications open. If they speak, I want to hear it right away. Nodded, yes, Captain. The Horizon remained still in the dark space. The human crew worked quietly. No one panicked. No one showed fear. They trusted their ship. They trusted their captain. They had trained for long missions far from home. Looked at the display again. We need to speak with them before this gets worse. Try one more time. Open the channel. Empire Fleet, this is Human Captain Cole. We ask for a peaceful conversation. We mean no harm. We only wish to pass through this region. She waited. No reply came. Closed the channel slowly. They are ignoring the message. Rubbed his forehead gently. They are afraid. Fear makes people take the wrong actions. We have to stay calm. Tapped a few buttons on his screen. Captain, we have a backup plan if things go bad. The pulse drive is ready. We can jump backward 50 kilometers if needed. It will not hurt them and it will give us distance. Nodded, good. Keep it ready but do not activate it unless we have no choice. Meanwhile, on the Empire patrol ship, Captain Loran watched the large new fleet arriving. His crew was even more frightened now. One officer said, Captain, that is the 2nd Division. They are one of the strongest fleets in the region. Why are they here? Loran answered quietly, because High Command believes this human ship is a threat. Another officer whispered, but they tried to talk to us. Why not respond? Loran replied with a heavy heart, because fear has taken control. When leaders are afraid, they stop listening. All around the Empire, fear was spreading faster than information. Citizens in homes heard that a human battleship could destroy cities. Soldiers heard that humans had secret weapons. Officers heard that humans were planning an attack. None of it was true, but fear grew like a fire with no water to stop it. In the capital city, a group of advisors hurried to meet the emperor. They carried reports, images, and data screens. One advisor said, "Your Highness, the human ship has not fired. It has not moved. It has not shown any threat." Another advisor argued, "But it is strong, too strong. If we do nothing, it may attack when we are weak." The emperor listened carefully. "What does Admiral recommend?" The room went quiet. Everyone knew was a strict, aggressive leader. The advisor answered. He recommends surrounding the human ship and preparing to take control of it. He believes humans have a new hidden fleet. The emperor gave a serious look. "We must be careful. A war with a new power could destroy the empire, but showing weakness will also cause chaos. We must find a balance, keep all fleets on high alert, and continue to watch the human ship." Back at the horizon looked at, "Captain, the empire is not calming down. They are adding more ships every hour. At this rate, they will have enough power to start a full battle." Turn to her. "Do not forget this, they are afraid. Their fear is stronger than their logic. That means we must give them no reason to attack. Even a small reaction from us could start a fight." Raised an eyebrow. "But if they fire first, what then?" Replied quietly, "Then we protect ourselves, but only then." Hours passed. The tension in space grew heavier. The Empire fleet formed a solid ring of ships around the horizon. Their engines burned bright. Their weapons stayed locked on the human vessel. Captain Loran watched in silence. He felt like he was standing on the edge of a cliff. One wrong step, and the entire empire would fall. He turned to his officers. "Prepare for communication. We may need to speak to the human captain again." His officer nodded. "Yes, Captain." The channels opened. The Empire fleet leader spoke. His voice was cold and sharp. "Human ship Horizon, you are in violation of Empire laws. You will shut down your engines and prepare to be boarded. Any resistance will be seen as an act of war." Looked shocked. "They want to board us." Shook his head slowly. "No, they want control. They think taking our ship will make them safe." Frowned. "But if they try to board us, they will see our systems. They will panic even more once they understand how strong we are." Stepped forward, opened the channel. Pressed a button, channel open. Spoke clearly. "Empire fleet, we cannot allow boarding. We carry sensitive research equipment. We cannot shut down our engines because we must stay ready to leave if there is danger. But we do not want conflict. We repeat, we do not want to fight. We only want to leave this region safely." The reply came quickly. "Your refusal is unacceptable. You will comply or face consequences." Turn to Captain. "They are not listening at all." Nodded. "Yes, they have gone too far. They think force is the only way to protect themselves." Check the drive again. "Pulse jump is still ready, but if we jump, they might see it as an escape move and attack." Thought quietly for several seconds. "We will hold position. No sudden moves. They must see that we are calm. They must see that we do not intend harm." The Empire fleet kept changing formation. More ships arrived. More weapons pointed at the horizon. The number grew too large to count easily. Some Empire ships moved closer than ever before. They drifted through the darkness like silent predators. Captain Loran shouted, "What are they doing? Why are they closing in so much? They are too close." His officer checked the scans. "Captain, it is an intimidation move. They want the humans to panic." Loran felt sick. This will not help. This will only push them closer to battle. He opened a private channel to the Empire fleet leader. "Admiral, we must not provoke them. This ship is not attacking. It is only defending itself. We need to talk to them, not scare them." The Admiral replied coldly, "You are weak, Loran. The Empire does not fear humans. We will take the ship by force if needed." Loran closed the channel and covered his face. He knew trouble was coming. Inside the horizon, the crew watched the Empire fleet get closer. Said softly, "Captain, this may turn into a fight." Closed his eyes. "Yes, I can feel it too, but we will wait. We will not start anything." Screen flashed. "Their weapon energy is spiking again. Something is coming, maybe a warning shot, maybe more." Answered quietly, "Prepare shields. Minimum level, only enough to stop small fire." The horizon hummed with quiet power. The shields flickered softly. The Empire ships glowed with sharp light. Space felt like it was holding its breath. Then the moment came. A bright beam shot across the darkness. A warning shot. It passed the horizon's side by only a few meters. Gasped, "They fired, they actually fired." Stayed calm. "Hold your positions, do not fire back." The human crew trusted him. They followed his orders. But the Empire fleet saw the lack of reaction as something else. They thought the humans were mocking them. They thought the humans did not fear them. Fear twisted into anger. More ships charged weapons. Took a deep breath. "This is it. They are preparing for a full attack." Looked at him, "Captain, what do we do?" Looked at the growing lights of the Empire fleet. "We wait until the very last second, then we protect ourselves." And all across the Empire, panic grew stronger. Everyone held their breath. The galaxy waited for the first true spark of the coming storm. The Empire fleet waited in tense silence as the last warning shot faded into the darkness. The glow of charged weapons lit the cold emptiness of space. Hundreds of Empire ships now formed a tight ring around the human battleship horizon. Fear controlled their movements. Fear guided their thoughts. And fear made them believe that the humans were a threat too big to ignore. Inside the horizon, Captain Cole stood still at the center of the command deck. His eyes looked calm, but inside he felt a heavy weight. He knew the Empire fleet was moments away from firing again. He knew they were only seconds from a full battle. He also knew that once the battle began, nothing would ever be the same. Turner kept her hands near the controls. She was tense but ready. "Captain, the Empire ships are locking onto us again. More weapons, more signals. They are preparing for a full attack." Nodded slowly. "Stay steady. Do not react unless they fire. We will give them every chance to stop." Watched the energy readings. Shields are still low. If they fire all together, even minimum shields may not be enough. We should raise them. Shook his head. "Not yet. If we raise the shields suddenly, they will think we are preparing to attack. We must not make them panic more." Outside, the Empire fleet grew more aggressive. Small ships moved in close. Larger battleships took positions behind them. The commander of the patrol division, Captain Loran, watched the horizon through a tense haze. His officer whispered, "Captain, the human ship still does nothing. They are not responding to the warning. They are not changing position." Loran replied softly, "They are waiting. They do not want to provoke us. Why does no one see this?" But the fleet leader, Admiral, did not care about patience. He believed power must be shown, not discussed. His voice came through all Empire channels. "All units prepare to begin the disabling strike. We will target the engines first, then the shield generators. We will not allow the human ship to escape." Loran froze. "Admiral, if we attack, we risk a massive response. The human ship is powerful." Answered with a cold tone, "You fear them too much, Captain. Humans are weak. We will break their ship and show the galaxy our strength." And with that, the decision was made. The Empire fleet prepared to open fire. Inside the horizon's voice became sharper. "Captain, they are moving into attack formation. This is real. They will fire." Closed his eyes and took a slow breath. Shields to full the moment they fire, not before. Placed his hand above the shield control. He waited. His heart pounded. The horizon remained quiet. It stayed still. It looked peaceful, even innocent. But its engines hummed with deep power. Its armor glowed faintly. Its energy core waited like a sleeping giant. Seconds passed. Then the first beam fired. A bright, sharp line of energy shot across the darkness, hitting the horizon directly. Shouted, "Shields up!" The horizon's shields sprang to life in an instant. A large blue flash lit the command deck as the attack hit the barrier. The ship did not move. It did not shake. It did not break. Stared at the readings, shields holding, no damage. Spoke calmly, "Do not fire back, not yet." Outside, the Empire fleet watched in shock. Their first strike meant to hurt the human ship had done nothing, not even a scratch. The horizon stood untouched. Captain Loran felt dread rising. "Admiral, we hit them with full power. Their shields are too strong. We cannot beat this ship." Refused to accept it. "Increase power, all ships target the human vessel. Fire again." A storm of beams and missiles shot toward the horizon. The sky lit up with color as the Empire unleashed its full strength. Inside the horizon, the ship shook lightly as the second wave hit. Shields glowed bright blue. The energy barrier stretched but held firm. Shouted over the noise, "Shields stable at 80%. They cannot break through." Gave a single command. "Prepare countermeasures, not lethal, only disable." Activated the targeting system. A map of Empire ships spread across the screen. Targets locked, ready to fire when you say it. The Empire ships fired again and again. The horizon glowed like a star at the center of the storm, but the attacks only bounced off. Finally opened his eyes. "Fire lethal, disable only." Press the command. The horizon released several bright pulses of blue-white light. They spread like circles through space. The Empire fleet watched in confusion. The pulses did not look like energy weapons. They looked soft, harmless. But the moment they touched an Empire ship, the result was instant. Engines shut down. Weapons powered off. Shields collapsed. One by one, Empire ships went dark. Lights faded, controls stopped. Energy drained away. Loran stared at his dead screens. "What is this? What did they do?" His officer said in panic, "Every system is offline. They did not damage the ship. They simply turned it off." All across the fleet the same thing happened. Hundreds of ships lost power. Crews shouted in shock. Officers tried to restart systems, but nothing worked. The horizon floated quietly in the center, its lights steady and calm. Looked at, Admiral's flagship is still active. They were far enough to avoid the pulse. Nodded, "He will attack again, he is stubborn." Checked readings. "Captain, if he brings the rest of his hidden fleet, this could get worse." Gave a tired sigh. "Then we will stop them again, but we must not escalate this. We only defend, nothing more." On the Empire flagship was furious. His face turned red with anger. "How dare they? How dare humans cripple my fleet? They are mocking us." His second officer tried to calm him. "Admiral, they did not destroy any ships. They did not hurt anyone. They only disabled us." But shouted, "They humiliated the Empire. Prepare the next attack. This time we concentrate all firepower." Back in the horizon, watched the flagship's weapons charging. "Captain, they are preparing for a final strike, a massive one." Replied softly, "They still think this is a battle they can win. They are hurting themselves." Stood up from his console. "Captain, we cannot let them fire. That shot could damage our shields." Nodded, "We will end this without harm. Prepare the directional jump." Typed quickly, "Destination." Pointed at the screen. "Behind the flagship, they will not expect it." Smiled a little. "A good move, shows control without violence." Engage the system. Directional jump charged, ready. Gave the order, "Jump." The horizon vanished in a flash of white light. The Empire flagship's crew froze as the human ship disappeared from the center of the ring. And then, the horizon reappeared directly behind the flagship. Alarms exploded across the Empire vessel. Human ship behind us. Impossible. How did they move that fast? Opened a channel to the flagship. His voice was calm, steady, and firm. Empire flagship, your fleet is disabled. Your weapons cannot harm us. We do not want war, we only want peace. But if you continue to attack, we will disable your ship as well. No one needs to be hurt. Let this end now. Admiral froze. His entire plan had collapsed. His fleet was powerless. The human ship stood behind him like a silent giant. After a long and painful silence, he gave the order. All units stand down. And just like that, the battle ended. Across the Empire fleet, lights dimmed and weapons went offline. The ships floated quietly in space, powerless and defeated. Inside the horizon let out a long breath. It's over, they are standing down. Smiled with relief. No one was hurt, no ships destroyed, a clean victory. Nodded, good, now we help them, we will not leave them stranded. Blinked, help them after all this. Smiled softly. Yes, because that is what humanity must be, not conquerors, not destroyers, but builders, helpers. Outside, the Empire crews waited in shame and fear. They expected the humans to finish them. But instead, the horizon sent out support signals. Energy waves. Repair drones. Restoration systems. The Empire ship slowly regained power. Lights turned back on. Engines hummed again. The crews looked at each other in disbelief. The humans helped them. Captain Loran felt a deep wave of relief wash over him. They saved us. They did not have to, but they did. And as the horizon floated quietly among the recovering fleet, a new thought began to spread across the Empire. Maybe humans were not the threat. Maybe humans were something else. Maybe they were a power the galaxy had never seen before. A power that chose peace, even when it could have chosen victory. The battle was over, but the story was just beginning. The aftermath of the clash felt strangely quiet. The Empire fleet drifted slowly as their power returned little by little. The stars around them shone softly, as if watching the moment with calm eyes. For the first time since the horizon had entered Empire space, the air in both fleets felt lighter. The fear had not fully vanished, but it had softened. The battle, or what almost became a battle, was now over. Inside the horizon, Captain Cole stood calmly on the command deck, while the soft hum of the ship echoed through the walls. Turner checked the communication screens and monitored the power systems as the ship's repair drones finished assisting the last disabled Empire cruiser. Said Captain, all nearby Empire ships have full power again. No signs of damage anywhere. They should be able to move freely now. Added, they're reopening communication channels. It seems their leadership wants to talk. Nodded, opened the channel. We should hear what they have to say. The screen shifted, revealing Captain Loran. His face held a mixture of relief, exhaustion, and deep confusion. Human Captain, Loran began slowly, you assisted our ships after disabling them. You could have destroyed us, but you did not. Replied softly, we do not destroy people who are afraid. Fear is powerful, but it does not have to lead to death. Loran lowered his head, ashamed. Our leaders believed you came to attack us. We followed orders because we thought we had no choice. Shook his head. You tried to protect your people. There is no shame in that. But now we must make sure this misunderstanding does not happen again. Cut in quietly. Captain Loran, is Admiral prepared to speak as well? Loran hesitated. I will ask. He paused for a moment, then nodded slowly. Yes, he wishes to talk. The screen changed again. This time Admiral appeared. His usual fierce expression was replaced by silence. His eyes seemed tired, as if the weight of the entire empire pressed on him. For a long moment, no one spoke. Then said, Human Captain, I misjudged you. I misjudged your people. I believed strength meant attacking first, but you showed a different kind of strength today. Did not speak proudly. He only said, "War harms everyone. Peace builds the future." Look down. Your ship is strong, stronger than anything we have seen. If you wish to destroy our fleet, we could not stop you, if your people have more ships like yours. Stepped forward slightly, answering in a calm voice, "We are not here to conquer. Our ship is not part of a massive fleet. We are explorers. We are scientists. We travel to learn, not to rule." Looked surprised. Only one ship, no support fleet. Nodded. Only one. We came far from home on a research mission. We found an energy anomaly and followed it. We did not expect to find your territory. Breath slowly. Then everything we feared was wrong. Everything we planned was built on fear, not truth. Answered gently, "Fear can mislead even the strongest people. Now it is time for honesty." Straightened up. "Then I accept your intention. I will inform the Empire that the horizon poses no threat, and I will order all ships to stand down." Glanced at relieved. Replied, "We appreciate your willingness to talk. If you need help or repairs or any information, we will help. We do not want to leave enemies behind." The Admiral nodded, clearly humbled. "Your actions today will not be forgotten, Captain. You have shown restraint, peace, and strength. The Empire will remember this." The communication ended, and silence settled in the Horizon's command deck. Exhaled slowly. "Captain, we avoided a war today." Added, "And maybe we changed something bigger than just this fleet." Looked out at the stars. "We showed them who humanity truly is. That is what matters." Outside, the Empire ships began to reorganize. They lit up their engines, forming new positions. But this time, the formation was not a trap or an attack. It was a respectful distance, a formation that gave space instead of taking it. Captain Loran ordered his officers to send a message to all ships. "Do not approach the human vessel. Keep weapons off. We will escort them safely out of the region." His officer replied, "Yes, Captain." Loran stood quietly for a moment, then whispered to himself, "Today, we learned that strength is not only measured by power. Sometimes it is measured by patience." Back on the Empire capital world, the advisors burst into the Emperor's chamber with urgent reports. One advisor said, "Your Highness, the human ship did not attack. It defeated the fleet without destroying anything, and it helped repair our ships afterward." Another advisor added, "The fleet commander admits the humans only used defensive measures. The human captain has offered peaceful cooperation." The Emperor listened carefully, then turned his gaze toward the great window facing the endless space. "The galaxy is changing," he murmured. "We must not allow fear to blind us. Prepare a message. The Empire will open peaceful contact with humanity." At the same time, news spread everywhere, through ships, cities, and planets. Citizens who had once feared a human invasion now spoke with curiosity. Humans defeated an entire fleet without killing anyone. They helped repair our ships. Maybe humans are not our enemies after all. In one Empire Academy, a group of young cadets gathered around a screen showing the horizon. One cadet whispered, "If this one ship is a research vessel, imagine what their peaceful future ships will be like." Another replied, "Maybe we can learn from them." Another said with wide eyes, "Maybe they can become our allies." Far across space, life on the horizon moved back into its normal rhythm, checked navigation charts and prepared for departure, ran final diagnostics to ensure everything was stable. Walked to the command deck window, watching the Empire ships move in a gentle escort formation. Approached him quietly. "Captain, the Empire ships are guiding us toward a safe exit route. They say they want to avoid any more misunderstandings." Smiled slightly. "That is good, a little trust is growing." Looked up from his console. "We can leave whenever you give the order." Nodded. "Begin preparations." The Horizon's engines glowed a soft blue as the ship slowly turned. aligning itself toward open space. As they moved, some Empire ships sent small signals. They were not coded, not formal. They were simple pulses of light, a quiet sign of thanks. Smiled, they're saying goodbye and thank you. Nodded softly. Sometimes the smallest gestures mean the most. As the horizon approached the edge of Empire territory, a message came from Captain Loran. Human Captain, thank you for your mercy. You saved many lives today. If we ever meet again, I hope it is as friends, not as frightened strangers. Responded warmly. The galaxy is large, Captain Loran. I hope our paths cross again under better skies. Another message followed, this time from Admiral. His voice was quieter and more controlled than before. Captain Cole, I will tell the Empire the truth. I will report your actions as they happened, not as fear painted them. Today, you showed that strength can exist without cruelty. You taught us something important. Answered, and I hope your people find peace in that knowledge. The horizon continued forward. The Empire ships held their distance, watching with quiet respect. Soon, the border was before them. The last line of Empire patrol markers glowed faintly. Said Captain, we are clear to leave. Looked around the command deck one last time. Set course for the anomaly route. Let's continue our mission. Smiled, a new adventure ahead. Added, and a new friendship behind us. The horizon accelerated gently. The engines shone brighter. Then, with a soft flash of blue light, the human battleship slipped beyond Empire space. Behind them, the Empire fleet drifted in silence, a silence that did not come from fear, but from awe. In the days that followed, the story spread across the galaxy. A single human battleship entered the Empire. It faced hundreds of ships. It stood strong. It fought with restraint. It healed instead of harming. People across worlds repeated the same words. Impossible, that was a human battleship. Whispers turned into discussions. Discussions turned into admiration. Admiration turned into respect. And respect transformed into something much bigger. A new understanding. A new beginning. A new future. Because the horizon had done more than defend itself. It had changed the Empire. And the galaxy would remember this day not as the day war started, but as the day humanity revealed its true power. A power built on peace, courage, and hope. And the horizon continued its journey, leaving behind a brighter path for all who followed.